Hope you guys enjoyed that intro. Today on Beyond Tactical, we're going to be going over a civilian legal belt fed. We've all seen this in Call of Duty and Hollywood, and we've all wanted to play with one. And today we're going to be showing you that you can own this. Now for the YouTube side of things, for whoever's watching this, seeing if this is suitable for ads, this is completely legal. Everything that you've seen today in this video is with an FRT. It is not a full auto. We follow all guidelines. Just had to make that very clear. Now I'm going to introduce you guys. This is Kevin with Malkev Industries, and he's going to be going over the build. Then he's going to be telling you a little bit about his company. And yeah, huge thanks to him. He's made this whole video possible, supplying ammo and everything. So thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir. Okay, so the build we have in front of us today, it's a Malkev Industries lower. I'm a 0702 manufacturer of firearms based out of Garden City, Idaho. We're going to get into that in a little bit, but I think for now we're just going to kind of go over the base build that we have, because what you see in front of you is a completely civilian legal belt fed. This one does have a 12.5-inch barrel, so it is an SBR. Normal paperwork for that is required, as any SBR is, as a suppressor, short-barreled shotgun. Paperwork's all the same. They do sell this upper receiver with a 16-inch barrel. So if you bought it with a 16-inch barrel, it is no different than walking in and buying a normal rifle from a normal gun shop wherever you're at. We do ship these nationwide, so as long as it's legal within your state, you will have the option to get one from us. And going on from there, we can kind of start from, what does YouTube like to do? Tip to butt?
Tip to butt.
So on this particular gun today, belt feds, you'll see, or you might have already seen in the intro, they run very fast, they get very hot. So up here on the front, I have a Dead Air Sandman K. It is a full auto rated suppressor, which this gun is not fully automatic. It runs with a forced reset trigger, but it does run very fast. So really the suppressor up here is mainly just to make our lives a little bit easier today so we don't have a concussion at the end of the day. The upper receiver alone, ignoring the optics, is from FightLight Industries. FightLight Industries has been making these for over a decade, and really the only people that have utilized them are different militaries around the world do use them, and then civilians that have registered transferable full auto lowers, which are very, very, very expensive. So with the advantage of FRTs becoming completely legal and not considered machine guns anymore by ATF, it does give you the ability to do what we're going to show you today with this. It is built on one of my Malkev Industries lowers. It's a pretty standard mil-spec lower. It's just made to the correct tolerances. And outside of that, we have a normal Magpul grip, a Magpul PRS stock on it, and that actually gives you the ability to wrap your support hand under here when you're shooting off the bipod and control the weapon system a little bit better. Up top, I have a 5X primary arms prism optic, and then a red dot mounted to the top of that. It's a very tall optic setup, but it's actually a very effective setup for the weapon system. This gives you fast acquisition of targets at range, or inside of 50 yards, you can just use the red dot. And then when you're behind it prone, the 5X prism is actually a very, very effective optic for this gun. And then up front, again, we still have a bipod. It locks at 45 and 90. This is a GG&G bipod that I'm kind of testing out to see how it works for the system. And then I also have the forward grip up here also. So you can hold the bipod when you're shooting the weapon system, but what I've learned is it actually is a lot more efficient to have something here because we have the rail space for it. So when you're actually firing this offhand, because you can, it weighs about 10.5 pounds. As opposed to other belt-fed weapon systems on the market that are close to 18 to 25 pounds loaded. So this weapon system is actually very manageable to shoot offhand, and it's easily packable around by one man. So this just gives you that little bit of extra support up front when you're firing. So one of the main things about this gun that makes it unique to other belt-fed weapon systems on the market, it does have a quick change barrel, which a lot of belt-feds do. Barrels get nice and hot, so we have to have the ability to change barrels as they go. Otherwise, you'll have things happen like cook-offs. This weapon system does fire from a closed bolt, where most belt-fed weapon systems fire from an open bolt to prevent that, or cook-off, make the cook-off less likely to happen, because they still can happen, but it makes it less likely when it's fired from an open bolt. So that is a benefit to this system. One of the biggest benefits to the system is because it's considered dual feed. So primarily we're going to be running this thing from belts, but if and when you run out of belted ammo, generally the machine gunner or whoever is going to be running this weapon system is going to be out of the fight. What this gives you the ability to do is run standard AR mags, so you can run 30 round P mags, steel mags, you can run Magpul D60s if you want to, but the biggest benefit is if you're working with a number of guys in a team, or you just have friends that are out shooting and you're out of belts, you can just feed it straight from AR mags and it runs exactly the same. Our main focus at Malkev Industries is building fighting rifles and reliable defensive rifles for the everyday person. Generally, when I looked at the AR market when I was founding the company, things were very overpriced for what people were getting. So what I've designed and built over the last 3 years of doing R&D is a duty-capable carbine for normal everyday civilian use and law enforcement, but it shoots and feels more like a competition rifle with the reliability of a duty carbine. So we build them in 10.5 inch, 11.5 inch, 12.5 inch is our kind of flagship model. That's what you see here. We do 14.5s, we do 16s, and then we also do everything else that most AR manufacturers don't really do. So we're working with AR-10s, AR-9s. So when we do that, I have a formula for each specific weapon system, caliber, and gas system. So what I've actually spent the last 3 years doing is building a perfect formula for every caliber, barrel length, and gas system. So when customers come to me and buy a weapon system, they know it's going to shoot reliably and accurately right out of the box. There's no testing, tuning needed. Generally, I'm using the rifle speed gas system, so it gives you 12 positions of adjustment. If the customer doesn't want the adjustable gas block, we also have all of our own gas port sizing that we do. So your gun is going to shoot and be as reliable as you need it to be, and it's not going to be overgassed. When you add a suppressor, it's not going to be violently overgassed at that point. If you guys are interested in getting any of the weapon systems you've seen today, my social media is going to be right up here. All the information will be up there. You guys know how to find it. Thank you. All right, so to load this from belts, it's very simple. The nutsack is attached by this mag coupler.
Okay.
So it's gonna go right in here like a standard AR mag. Okay. You're gonna push this top button forward, exposing your feed tray.
Okay.
And then this has starter tabs on the belt, so you don't have to worry about it falling out. Lay your starter tab up top like this, close your feed cover.
Okay.
And then we're going to charge the weapon. Starter tab does come out. And then now we're ready to fire.
Okay. Yeah, give it some. I want to see this thing.
All right.
This is the first time I've seen it.
So we'll go normal, semi-automatic.
Oh,
and
that
then
sweet noise of the things dropping. What are those called?
Those are the links.
Links.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
So now, because this is an FRT, forced reset trigger, this is a 3-position selector, not full auto, but we do have the 3rd position now.
Okay.
So you lean into it, it is gonna recoil a little bit more, and then back to safe.
Dude, that is crazy. I love the links dropping.
Isn't that cool?
You get casings and the links dropping. It sounds epic.
And as soon as we get down and go off bipod, you'll notice it is a ton more controllable. But one of the benefits too, it's a lightweight weapon system. Yeah. So if I step over here, you can just run this like a standard AR.
Dude.
It's a fun gun.
Awesome. Yeah.
You wanna try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
There you go.
Awesome. I'll go off the bag at first.
Okay.
So I want to run it in semi too, so I got...
Yeah, get a feel for it.
I'm actually curious to see how much it heats up too. Oh yeah. All right, we got the super semi forced reset. Am I hitting that thing? Let's see.
So what it probably is, if you pin the trigger too hard to the back, it will make it not run. So you kind of just got to get a feel for where that trigger is going to be. It's very close to a normal trigger, but it does take a little bit of finesse to kind of get it correct. It doesn't take much, so just go ahead and charge it again and give her a shot.
Dude. Okay, I think I got the pull down a little better. Okay, I know what I'm doing. All right, so I was not pulling the trigger hard enough. I was feathering it a little bit too soft, and it was causing it not to go all the way back. So I'm used to my Seekins way lighter, but so we got the clip like that. Bring this down, rack it.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and then we got to pop this up.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go for it again.
Give her a shot.
We're going full semi-automatic. Oh yeah, okay.
There you go.
I was not pulling hard enough.
Yeah.
So those issues we just saw, that was not the gun. I was a little worried there for a second. I was not pulling the trigger hard enough. I've never used an AR trigger that, so as you're saying, these triggers are a little heavier because you give up some of that light trigger when you go full FRT.
Yeah, with the FRT, there's going to be a little bit more bolt drag on the system. We're also pulling from a nut sack right here, so there's a little bit of bolt lift that we have to deal with. But with the FRT, we love them because it gives us what we feel like is our Second Amendment rights back. Thankful to the people who have made these, but it's not as fancy and nice of a trigger as like the guns that we build with like Geisleys and things like that. So it's a little bit different. It just takes a little bit of getting used to, but within a 100-round belt, you've already figured out how to do it.
Yeah. And for all the haters out there, I'm holding it like this because it is very fast shooting and it's getting pretty hot, so don't hate on me too hard. I'm gonna give it a few more. I'm gonna just try to change targets up. So dude, this is a party. All right, we got it on FRT mode. I'm gonna still go through the red dot.
Go semi first. Party mode.
Pull it hard.
That is so awesome.
Prone is like so fun.
Prone is where it's at.
Describe American in one word. That's it.
It's a fun system. It's a great system.
It's honestly like, it's pretty smooth. I've shot a lot of like the SIG LMGs, and all their like heavy guns, and this is actually really smooth. I think it's because AR platform probably, but.
Yeah, and one thing to remember, we will try it. We'll knock the gas setting down to what's considered normal. Because right now we're running it on adverse, but we also have a suppressor on it.
Yeah.
So we've got way more gas going into the system, just trying to really run it reliably. But we will knock it down a peg, and you'll notice the rate of fire does slow down, and it actually becomes even more controllable than what you just felt.
Wow.
And important thing to hit is that this is not production, like this is not production ready yet, or is it? Yeah, so you're still doing some R&D with the
Yeah. So with this system, again, this is a FightLight upper. I don't manufacture the upper. I have nothing to do with the upper. FightLight doesn't even know I'm messing with it. But what we wanted to offer is this is a really good belt-fed system that's civilian legal. There's nothing on this gun other than it's an SBR. So a little bit extra paperwork, but if you buy it with a 16-inch barrel, anybody can buy this if it's legal in your state. So having that, we're just trying to fine-tune the formula. That way, when we sell them to customers ready to go, they can just go straight to the range and shoot them. They're not gonna be tinkering, they're not gonna be adjusting springs or cutting springs, trying to figure out how to make it run. We're gonna have that set up for the customer.
All right, let's see if we can walk with it. All right, I'm gonna try to run it for the rest, or is that too many?
Send it.
All right. There's still a few more. I just couldn't hold on any longer. Holy crap. And that is us out. Dude. It feels like a superpower.
Yeah, it's a very, very fun and good shooting weapon system.
All right, guys, so that's the end of this video. Huge thanks to Kevin for making this possible. Again, he supplied all the ammo and the gun and everything. I had a great time.
Yeah,
so.
It was fun getting you guys out running the civilian legal belt fed.
For sure.
Anyone can buy them.
Yeah, so you guys heard him earlier. Go check out his Instagram. It's got all the information. We can't put all that stuff on YouTube. So go follow his Instagram and you'll see more content like this. If you guys like this content, please make sure to help us out. Hit the subscribe button, click the like button, and try out the new YouTube hype button for us. We'll see you guys on the next one.